right, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Start to the week. All right. Let's see what is cooking today. I didn't post a recap for this week. I just wanted to just chill and just take it easy. But I will post a recap on how last week went. Last week was a good week up until Friday. Last week was a good week up until Friday, and I was completely my fault on what happened Friday and some things that I want to go ahead and highlight. And I put this in a video, and I will explain things a little bit clearer there. But one of the things with trading is we want to be careful with once you start to become profitable. Some of the things that happen to us traders, and many traders could attest to this, is that once you get over the hump of losing, it's getting carried away, getting greedy, and thinking that the market, just thinking that you've mastered the market fully. And that's what happened to me on Friday. And like I said, I'm gonna make a recap video on that. But on Friday when I traded, I just went ahead. I did end. Well, I didn't end the day profitable. I actually lost the whole entire week's gain in one day. And that was all because of my greed, and that was all because of just my behavior. And I had to go ahead and journal that because these things happen. I've known traders who lost $100,000, 600,000, and we can always make the money back, right? But the thing is that we want to do the best that we can when it comes to once you start to win a lot, you start thinking that you have diamond hands, right? Or that, now that you're good, you could walk away from the desk. Man, Friday I was walking away from my desk. I was chilling. And I wasn't paying attention to where I was at in the market. And then when I went green, I wanted more. I think I was up like 250. And mind you, I was in the red. So I made back my losses plus 250. So like the total gain on that position that I had was $500. And instead of me taking profits and ending my day, I ended up holding on to the trade. The trade went against me. Then I could have stopped out with a moderate loss, and then I didn't stop out. And then when I didn't stop out, I ended up losing everything I made for the entire week. So I did feel bad about that. Felt like complete shit. But at the same time, I just had to come to my senses a bit and say, hey, this is just for, the moment. We can't allow this to affect future trading days. Like, I'm not going to go ahead and get it back all in one day. I would like to, but that's not going to happen. It's just I had to go back to the drawing board and realize, okay, let's take things a little easy. So going into today, that's going to be my motto is just, the way to be profitable, like the same way that you make 1,000 is the same way you're gonna make 100,000, and it's by scaling into that. It's not about shooting for the stars, or being too overconfident. So that was my mistake. Like I said, I'll go ahead and post a recap on that. But nonetheless, let's get to it. For today, we're still in the green for the most part, and I'm gonna do the best I can to remain there. This is just me just teaching these lessons in terms of just not allowing greed, not allowing overconfidence to take the wheel, because that will make you lose money faster than any red streak that you're in. Because if you're trading appropriately, and you have a red day, a red week, a red month, if you managing that risk, trust me, you'll be fine. But if you are coming in the market overconfident, thinking that you know it all, thinking that, oh, I've been green for 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, those things is really, like, once you get to that mindset, that can really, really, really change your trading a lot. So this is me speaking from experience. So let's get to it. Let's see what we got cooking for today. There's a few stocks that I already have in mind. I got like a stiff neck. I did not sleep the best. So, all right. Let's go. Yes, I was looking at Robinhood. So Robinhood is on the scanners, right? And we can see here, what is my other scanners? But I like to look here. Financial markets is doing good. I do not trade electric or beverages, logistics, hotels. We're not trading that. But in terms of financials is good. So I did take a look at Robinhood. Robinhood did make this, like you see this wick right here on the daily, and you see how we hit that point again on Friday's trading, and we bounced up like crazy, and we're back, and we're basically here inside this zone between 134 and 136. So beautiful there, right off here. So we could get a gap up and go because this thing did gap up a bit, not by much though, but it did go ahead and gap up, and we can see we want to get back to 140 today. Looking at the monthly, you can see I know I have these boxes here, and I explained that, but this one is simple, right? It's because we dropped inside this zone 2 times, and this and that led to a double bottom. All right. We went ahead and sold off so far in the month of November, but buyers are still very well intact. They did go ahead and push this up, and then now we're trading in this zone. We're above all moving averages on the monthly. Then on the weekly, we're also above all moving averages, above these two zones. So this was a buy zone. This was a resistance that is now a support, which is around the 20-day moving average. Okay. All right. Once again, still sold off, but we went ahead and bounced right back up. Okay. On the daily, which I've already shown this one, you guys can see here what I'm talking about. Just right here, this whole zone was support. You see 1, 2, 3, 3 times. And we went ahead and bought right through here. We even have resistance at this zone, but now guess what this resistance has now become? Support. This area I'm going to delete. This is voided. We don't have to worry about that zone anymore. All right. Now going into the 4-hour chart, we are trading above 9 and 20 EMA, but we are trading below the 250-day moving average. All right. So that's something to account for. We do have a level here at 134.09. I'm not going to highlight that. It's either this stock is going to get back into yesterday's range or Friday's range, or we're going to stay out of Friday's range. It's either way. I'm just thinking go either way. All right. So I did highlight these 2 purple boxes, and I'll get to that shortly. But we can see on the 4-hour, we did go ahead and pick up. All right. So let's not make this too complicated. On the 1-hour, we are kind of in a little tight range. Like we gapped up, but we're not really getting any movement. We're kind of just stuck in this box. So this could lead to some chop possibly, or we could lead to a breakout, which is good too. I'm still going to go ahead and watch this. I like the fact that it's on the scanners, especially with the government shutdown. They've reached a deal, and that will be lifted. So the government shutdown is coming to an end. So that could lead to market to movement or market sell-off, whichever way these people would like to take it. But on the 1-hour, we are trading above the VWAP, or above the 9, above the 20, and above the 50-day moving average. But we are below the 200. So we could go ahead and break out, but we have to watch out for this resistance at 137. All right. I do have a target here at 140.50, and that is because of the daily. Yes, that is because we have a pivot level right here. So I'm going to put that line right back there. At 140.50, if we would like to go ahead and get above the 200 and take this thing higher. So I do like that. Okay. That's on the 1 hour. On the 4 hours. So this is pretty much, So this is pretty much it for Robinhood. We can see here some resistance. Just look right here. Like these 2 points is a double top in a way. And if we got here again, so let's go with a triple top. And you see how we got to this zone a bit and we just kept selling off. And we can see here inside the pre-market, right, we got some support because this was resistance. But look, we came here, held support, we went up. Then now we came down here to the zone slightly, held support, and came up again. So support is there, resistance is there. We want to see which way this thing goes ahead and break out. In terms of news, I'm not really seeing much on news. Retail rally running out of steam after record streak JP Morgan warns. Okay, hood valuation high record. Okay, yeah, it's just not any major news around Robinhood, but it is something that I would like to go ahead and watch today. I think Robinhood has been a good mover for me and my style, so I like Robinhood there. I might end up switching. I'm going to put that on my 3rd list. I might find something a bit better than that, but I am looking at that. Nvidia, this is definitely a mover today. Looking at Nvidia, we are trading. Let's see, where did I get this level from? I got the level from somewhere. I'll figure it out. Nonetheless, we always start off at the monthly. Sell off on the monthly. This big purple line is basically a strong level, and you can see that one better on the daily chart. Let's go ahead and delete this level up top here at 217 because that is voided. That is not really a point of concern. I'm going to delete this as well. It's not really a point of concern. We're not in that zone. So then now, Nvidia did sell off in the month of November, as a lot of stocks did. But buyers did step up. Just look at this wick, and then also look at this wick right here. A little small wick though, in terms of resistance. Okay, but we're above all moving averages. On the weekly, strong sell-off, but buyers also strongly bought this thing back up, and now we're trading inside this zone. If you guys are following my mouse, I know I have a lot of lines on my screen, so we're kind of in this zone now on the weekly. So this thing could continue and possibly go higher after this bounce point, or we could kind of retrace and get back down. All right, but nonetheless, on the weekly chart, we did go ahead and make a move back up because this is where we are at in the pre-market. We just don't know what's going to happen after the fact. All right, now going into the daily chart. The daily chart, now we're going to get more insight. You guys can see here, and these white lines is basically the highs and lows of the pre-market. But nonetheless, we did go ahead and gap up from 190 to basically this 193 zone to 194 area. We're almost at 195 as well. We are on the daily chart. We are above the 50. We are above the 20, and we're kind of trading around the 9-day moving average on the daily. So we want to see how this thing reacts and plays out today. All right. We do have some resistance. Just look at this purple box right there. And that's why I highlighted that, but we're going to see that a little bit more clearer on the 4-hour and 1-hour chart. But nonetheless, we are below the 9, the 20. We are below the 9 slightly, but above the 20, above the 50, and obviously way above the 200 on the daily chart. So this just lets us know that the bull case is still intact, but we still might get some pullbacks. A long way up though, a long way up because last week was a strong sell-off, but it was a warranted sell-off, right? It's just not a sell-off in the to the extent of that the market is crashing. It's just basically, we've been overvalued a little bit. Let's come back down to some reasonable prices where people could go ahead and get in. All right. So nonetheless, we're gonna go to the 4-hour chart. Now on the 4-hour chart, we can clearly see this, right? You see this point? See that point? These are resistance points. So this resistance points are here, and they could play a factor today. We're looking right at it, so we need to be careful of that. And then we also have this red sell-off candle, which that was a previous all-time high at one point. And then this long sell-off candle, that's right here. We have this purple line. That's right there, 195.64. So that could be resistance. You have to watch out for that. On the 4-hour chart, we are above the 200. We are above the 20, above the 9, and above VWAP. But we are looking at the 50-day moving average, and this could be resistance. This whole area could be resistance. So we have to be patient as always at market open. If we do break through this resistance, then now we could take that to 197.17. Okay, and that target level came from this pivot. You guys might see this P. So we have a pivot level here at 197.17 that I wanted to highlight. All right, if we do fall below, we have a level here at 191.09, and I'm sure that is from maybe a different chart. I'm going to go with the 1-hour chart, yeah, because this is an S1 level. So if we do fall, then we have a target here at 109.09, and maybe we could take it down to 190. It's either the stock wants to get back in range, stay out of range, or just consolidate in between. We want to consolidate above Friday's activity. All right, but going to the 1 hour, you guys see this strong wick right here in the after hours, and we kind of just been holding on. Stock has been slightly staying above VWAP the whole entire time. We have a high volume candle here at 193.85. I'm going to confirm that. But we are below the 200-day moving average. I know that may be hard to see, but look at this green line, right? We are below the 200-day. So this zone once again could be resistance. So remember, on the 4 hour we are below it. We are below the 50. On the 1 hour we are below the 200. So um, we do have some resistance points that could go ahead and play a factor today. All right, so going to the 1 hour chart, let's confirm this high volume candle because that's 193.85, right? So let's confirm that. I'm pretty sure that that candle stays true. Yep, 1.5 million shares traded right here at around 193. Damn, we're near 194. All right, so this thing can push up. When we look at the 5 minute chart, we went ahead and traded basically above the moving averages for a good chunk of the pre-market, right? And then we did fall below, but we held support right here, a good amount of support too. So like we held some support and then basically shot back up to the zone of 194, almost 195. All right. I kind of want to put a box here because you see this point, but it's all right. I'm not gonna really highlight that because the true support is down here. That's not really true support. This is just some slippage, and then we went ahead and bounced back up. So news-wise, Nvidia Q3. Nvidia has earnings on 11/19, if I'm not mistaken. So this would be a good stock to look at going into earnings. Probably traded into earnings. I'm not really seeing much news around it for today. Yeah, it's not really much news. I think a lot of things is just going off of just the market sentiment with where we're at, the government shutdown being lifted. Then it's gonna go off the. Then it's go. Nvidia's gonna go off the backs of previous. Oh yeah, look at that lot size, 10K lot size at 194.50. I'm gonna write that down. But I think the government shutdown being lifted is gonna play a factor into that. So we have a large lot size of 194.50 at 10K. So that's a seller. That's a large seller to right there. So we got to be mindful of today. We absolutely got to be mindful of today because a lot of people would think that the market is going to go ahead and go up, but what could happen is the market could easily go ahead and sell off. So let's be mindful of that. All right. So let's go to Nvidia right now, yeah, it's just more sellers on Nvidia at this point in time. It's just more sellers right now. Buyers are there, but once again, it's just I do see more selling activity. Then we can also see this from this graph right here. We have a large lot size right here at 10K at 194.40, right? And yeah, and I'm also seeing that on my other order book as well. So yeah, we gotta watch out for these orders. Okay. But we also do have a large buyer at 11,000. Yeah, there we go, at 11,000. Right here we have a large to buyer, 11,000 lot size at 194.20. So this is a sell. All right, so one. Yeah, so we have a buyer like legit at 194. So if this thing sell off, we have somebody who's willing to go ahead and buy those shares. So wow. All right, so we got almost 12K at 194. 4B. Cool. Alrighty. We're looking good, but we have a lot of sellers though. Like that's a lot of sellers. Like we got that one buyer, but there's a lot more sellers there. So let's just be mindful of that. Nonetheless, this is a resistance zone. Just look at the sell-off down here, then another sell-off again. But we are above the moving averages, so we could go ahead and possibly beat those sellers, you know? Forgive me, it is 7 in the morning, but I've been up since 5. So, alrighty. So, NVIDIA is solid. Tesla. I think Tesla would be a good play for today. It's on the scanners. And I think today I should have a good batch between semiconductors, automotive, and then financials. I think that would be a good balance for me today. Let me see what's going on. Okay, I know Oklo has earnings and Rigetti has earnings. Let's see, what is Oklo? Oklo is an advanced nuclear technology company. The company is engaged in developing fast fission power plants to provide clean, reliable, and affordable energy at scale. It is developing advanced fuel recycling technologies and collaborative. Okay, so this is just basically a nuclear company. All right. They have earnings tomorrow. Probably not going to take a look at that. It looks good though. It doesn't look bad, but I've never traded it, and I'd rather trade it when it has a catalyst. PLTR is still kind of a semiconductor play. Let's see AMD. Kind of like AMD because AMD is legit at my resistance zone on and you guys can see that purple area. If I drew that, that means that it's a resistance zone. And just look, you see, we sell off, we come in here, sell off, we come in here again, and then we sell off again, and then we're coming in here again, and we can either sell off or go ahead and break it. So I like this. I like this right now. But why is this box so goddamn high? Yeah, I think I'm gonna look at AMD. I think I'm gonna look at AMD, but I don't need this to be so freaking high. Okay, good. I kind of like this, and I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to see where I got this level from. Okay, nope. I know where I got it from. I got this level from this gap up. We held support and moved higher. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I probably will watch this over Tesla. Got 7 minutes to market open. Let's see. The highs and lows of Tesla is right here. I marked that up yesterday. But Tesla is kind of still trading within previous day's range. Kind of. And Tesla looks like Tesla seems like it could fall back down to 431. So let's see. Let's take a look at Tesla real quick. All right, so we did sell off. We've been above all moving averages for a good chunk of the pre-market. Finally got below the 200. So 437.25. Let's get a high volume candle in here as well. We're gonna need it. 600,000 shares trade. That's the most I see. 666,000 shares traded. Where right here at this candle. To basically to right at pre-market. I mean to right at Friday's high is where we got the most shares traded in this candle, but it didn't hold up. We end up still selling down, and this is also at a resistance point too because I have a purple line here, and that purple line is basically from this sell-off that happened here. So we got resistance in this zone. I would watch out for the buying right here. So just look how we held here. And I'll probably put this to pre-market. I mean to this pivot level. Oops. Yeah, we got that. We do got resistance right here as well. Let's come right here at least. I don't have a level up there. All right, so we got our support and resistance. Just look how we double top, sold off. But we kind of held a little bit of support here. Just look how we bounced there, bounced here. Okay. So this looks pretty okay. It doesn't look terrible. Let's see the volume. Tesla has 2.1 shares traded so far. What about AMD? AMD has 1.5. All right. I'm gonna watch Tesla, just because more shares are traded. I'm just gonna keep it simple as that. Still have hood on my other screen. Right. Yeah, I like Tesla. Especially for a short too. If you get down to 431, that'd be nice. That'd be really, really nice. Talk about an $8 drop. It's crazy. I have yet to have a big day on Tesla. I always wanted a big day, and that shit is so hard to get like a big move out of it because it trades so crazy. But nonetheless, why is this level up here? I'm going to delete this because this is not even a fact at this point. All right, so going to Tesla on a monthly, sell off like everything else that happened last week. We're gonna go ahead and move on. Above moving averages, obviously. Buyers came and stepped up. We're trading in this zone right here. On the daily, below the 9 and 20, but above the 50, but kind of flickering between getting back in the range and staying out the range. A part of me sees this as potential chop. Can't lie. All right. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, let's go on the 4 hour chart. We are trading below all moving averages for the most part, but slightly above VWAP, slightly above 200. So we could tap these levels if it wants to go higher. We do have support here, but you see, always think about it. This support can now be resistance, and this thing could actually sell off. This whole zone right here is resistance, even up to 440 is resistance. But we have already dropped in previous activities. Like, see the support zone that's down here? So we've already been down here, but I like the fact that we're still kind of flickering around the 200, so this thing could sell off or just hold and move higher too. But I think Tesla could provide some good opportunities. Yeah, I like Tesla. On the 1 hour chart, we're below all moving averages as well. Not all of them. We're above the 9 and 20, and we're kind of getting above the 200, so you might want to shoot up to 448. But we have a good gap here to test this zone, at least to 432. Okay, yeah. Tesla's nice. Even 431 if we want to get to S2. All right, market's about to open up. I'm not going to highlight anything here. It's fine. I was going to highlight a target level. But I'm going to look at hood. I'm going to put Tesla on this list over here. Because Tesla could be like the Wild Wild West. Let's get to it. Nvidia. Oops. Nvidia. Oops. Nvidia. Nice. Ooh, Nvidia. This is the pre-market high. I missed out on that. All right. Let the market go ahead and do its thing. Remember, this is a resistance zone. I normally don't like to get in right at the open, but I feel like this is a point that I really do need to get in because this is a resistance zone. Please do not do that. All right, I'm in on Nvidia. I'm going to keep my stop tight. And I'm in because of this resistance zone. That's why I got in so quick. Normally, I'm not getting in that quick. I got in at a 192 strike. I should have got in at a 194 strike. A 195 strike, actually. All right, I'm probably gonna get stopped out. And that's okay. I only risk like maybe like 40, $50. Oh man, Tesla's on a tear. Oof, that was nice on Tesla. Nvidia is selling off slightly. It'd be nice to see if this thing could get into S levels. See Tesla popping instantly, just sold off. And there was a lot of sellers on the order book on Nvidia too, so that's why I jumped in. Yeah, the Robinhood is inside this consolidation right now, but it looks really good on the daily as well. Nvidia starting to pop. Like I said, I'm probably gonna get stopped out on Nvidia. Tesla looks really good. Okay, let's take it easy. There's a lot going on right now in the markets, a lot of jerkiness. Okay, the Robinhood is starting to break. Got above this zone. I like Robinhood. The fact that we broke, I'm in. And then I'll figure out the rest after the fact. 390. Place order. Hood. Okay. So I figure out the rest when it comes to Robinhood. Robinhood, I would like to take it to 140. Definitely like what I'm seeing on Robinhood. I like this candle. I like to add to this position. I may be a bit aggressive on this, but it's because I trust Robinhood. Robinhood is really nice. Tesla's dropping. Let me be sure on Robinhood before I add into this. Another 5 minute came. Robinhood looks really good. I want to see Robinhood get into those ask prices. Kind of there. Just watching out for the resistance. I'm gonna be a bit aggressive on this. Let me see the chart. Okay, yeah, no. Nope. I was just gonna be aggressive on that play, but then it was a good thing that order didn't go through. Robin's starting to get some resistance. I added into Robinhood. I want to take it to at least 139 and change. Could very well be wrong on this trade. Yeah, it's gonna sell off. Still holding on to Nvidia. Okay, Robinhood. If Robinhood breaks the VWAP, I'm out. Gonna have to hold on to this trail. I just like the fact that we're above VWAP. We're in our territory, so I think we could probably get the push higher. But looking at the order book, we do have some sellers there, so we have to watch out for that. Tesla, Tesla. I missed out on this. I saw the break on Robinhood, and we're above this resistance point, so this led me to take the move. Went in one contract, then I added. Probably wasn't a great ad. Nvidia is moving like shit. Right. Yeah, Hood is finding some resistance, but the bids are coming up there though. Strong seller just came in on them to Robinhood though. Watch out for that. My target on Robinhood is really 140. I want to add an extra two contracts because I do think we are going to get to that 139. But what I don't like is the resistance that comes in as we move higher. So I need to be careful with that. I'm barely even looking at NVIDIA right now. Robin looks solid though. Yeah, but we're not getting strong follow through. Just gotta wait. We got some sellers at 139.50, but the largest seller is literally at 139. If that seller gets smoked, then I'm gonna like Robinhood for a continuation up. Like I said, my goal is 140 on that, but it doesn't like that breakout that we saw initially when we got up here to 138.89. We needed that one, and I needed that one. Yeah, because now it doesn't look too promising, but we're still above the VWAP. Yeah, it's looking weak. Catching a nice bounce off the VWAP. Just can't add into a losing trade. I refuse to add into a losing trade. I like the fact that the bids keep coming back in. There's a lot of sellers though. Just look at this graph. There's a lot of sellers. Yep. It's 5 minutes looking like it wants to sell. Yep. And the buyers are trying though. But mm-mm. Damn. Down 400. Okay, I'm about to get out. Yeah, this thing does not look promising whatsoever. Just got through VWAP. I just want to see if we're going to hold on to R1 and this 20-day moving average. It'd be a 920 trade. So VWAP is my alert system that I'm going to probably need to get out. And then once we start to slip some more, I'm going to have to go ahead and leave. Ugh, nasty. That's nasty. And that was just a morning pop, huh? Yep, that was a morning pop, and that was it. That was it. I want to see if we're going to use this resistance area as support. So let's give it to the next 2-minute candle, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. And that's what I wanted to. I just wanted to see, and it still might not work, but I wanted to see if this resistance is going to be support, and it's showing to not be support. Right. Ooh, damn. I'm trying to get out. What happened? Great. Just when I was trying to get out. Yikes. Yikes. All right, man. Come on, man. Let's get out. Starting to pick up. Let's see what happens, but I'm gonna get out. I can see this thing just continuing to drop. Like we're not getting back up there to 139. We probably will, but later on in the day. Let's see. Is the momentum there? Is the momentum there? Come on. Let me know or I'm getting out. I'm ready down 650. And this is way above. Okay, yeah. I'm all out. Damn, I took a hit. Oh wow, it didn't even get me out. Shit. Damn, I hate when I can't get out of a trade, man. Really hate when I can't get out of a trade. Maybe able to cut this loss a little bit. Nvidia's starting to drop now. Oh, it is picking up though. But like I said, I can't hold on to this. At this point, I'm just looking to see if I can just make this loss a little bit smaller. But nope. All right, yeah, I'm all out. All right, down 641. Well, no, not really. I'm down 655. All right, yeah, that was a bad loss. Probably should have just took the 100 when we got up here. I like the fact for Nvidia that my sell order still hasn't got touched. So I think we can make it to about $1 move on the downside. I should have cut that loss right here instead of down here. I gotta sit on my hands. Look at that on Robinhood. Robinhood is good for retracement back to VWAP for potential breakout and retest to 139. Can't waste my ammo though. All right, the market is slow today. Not really getting nothing. Tesla's selling off. I like the setup on Tesla. If we could get down to 431, even 428 is nice. I feel like the market is just a little bit uncertain right now. Tesla's starting to pick up. Yeah, today's trash. Today's trash. There's nothing going on today in the markets. There's legit nothing going on. Video coming back up. Video keeps running into this resistance with like full head of steam volume. All right. I'm probably going to get all out of NVIDIA. Yeah, I'm all out of NVIDIA there. It didn't make sense to hold it. Yeah, so I've already taken 2 losses. I don't see this getting any better today, so I'm probably going to call it. Yeah, just look at that. Like, the charts are just nasty today. Like, we're kind of just in this consolidation. If you were fortunate enough to make some profit today, then that's good, but it's just nasty. Yep, I got my alert. It literally says to be disciplined. So I'm probably going to have to call it for today. Because the odds of me, because I'm down 700. So the odds of me making some of this money back is slim. Yeah, it's no clean chart. Like, all these charts are nasty. NVIDIA is running into resistance. SPA's not doing nothing. Hood had a good run up, but I made a mistake with the ad. But the ad was just too aggressive. I should have added on that second candle. Or better yet, I should have just cut my loss the minute it broke VWAP. But I gave it a little bit more room. NVIDIA, not too mad. I was only in there just one contract. Lost $50. Today was a base hit day. Today was not supposed to be a day that I was aggressive. So I was a bit aggressive on Hood. I scaled in moderately, but It should have been like one contract, and if it kept going higher, then add another two contracts. I went from one contract to four contracts. Mm, a bit skeptical on that one. I like how Hood is holding. Hood is looking like it could retest. I'm gonna get back into Hood for the retest to get back above VWAP to then test this 139. I haven't got back in yet, but it looks good for that. It does. It's holding on to this 200. Just got one sell candle. Price action stabilizing right around here. Tesla just popped. Yeah, Hood had good volume for like 2 seconds. Tesla's looking like it wants to break out. Tesla look. I mean, I said, yeah. Nvidia looks like it wants to break out. Nvidia looks good to get to 197. It's just facing a lot of resistance. So like the trade really can't be taken. See, I wanted to take a Hood, but I wasn't sure. And just look what Hood is doing, starting to reverse. This short would have been nice on Hood. Alrighty, I'm probably gonna call it. Today is not the day that I'm looking for. Ooh, it's not the day. I don't like where prices are placed. Telling you, I do like Hood. I like Hood to retest his zone and then get that breakout. But I'm probably gonna have to wait a while. But I like it though. You see why Nvidia is crazy? Just look at that. As I said, that whole zone is resistance, but there's a lot of support under it. So we're just in chop. We're literally sitting in chop. Alrighty. Alright, I'm gonna try Hood. Just one contract. This is gonna take some time though, y'all. I have a 136 call. I'm back in. Just one contract, and I'm gonna let that one contract do what it do. I do think we could eventually retest and probably get to that 140 today. It's just gonna take some time, but not. But nonetheless, I'll be back on Wednesday. There's not much going on in the markets today. I think there was a lot of action that popped off last week that I think this week we're not gonna get what we want out of things, and that's okay. All right. So I'm gonna call it on the stream today. I got work anyway. Catch you guys. It's gonna be a bit different in the week. So for those who are gonna watch the live later, I will be flying out to New York on Wednesday night. So I won't be on stream on Thursday. And I will not be on stream. I might be on stream on Friday though. Friday I'll probably be on stream, but just not Thursday. Thursday I might trade still, but I'll be on stream on Friday. No Tuesday and Wednesday. I probably will be on stream on Wednesday, so I think we're good. But other than that, I catch you guys. Peace and love. Out.